So we're in uncharted territory now because it's just started snowing. You can't really see it. Very, very fine. It's not quite rain. It's too cold for rain. But yeah, it's snowing, kind of icy rain, and we're fitting windows. So it's a good job we got that tarp on, but if it gets too heavy, that's not going to hold very long. So we might have to do a bit of a rain check or a snow check on this one. But we're going to get the small one in first, see how that goes. This one inside is going to be no problem whatsoever. That's been bolted in. So it just might be a case that we get a glass in and we can't bond the liner. But hopefully it's not a problem. So just using my Pond MS300, you don't need to do a full bead all the way around, just a few blobs to hold it in. Alright, so we've got clamps ready to go. So we'll just lift it and put it straight in. Okay. And get tape measure actually. Just measure the glass, just to make sure it's not got a label on it. From 1200. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just measure the recess, just double check. Might get a better view up. Where can we put the camera? Give it a go there, the bottom tree. Watch your head on this. Right, so what we'll do, we'll lift it out, stick it on here, watch the metal bits. Yeah. Stick it on there, and then while we jump in, the other jump in, I'll just pop it on. No worries. So just lift it out of the wheels and stick it on there, yeah? 2, 3. Okay. Slidey, slidey. Never done this time before. Get the corner in. Right, so we get a lot of people asking us why we only do blobs on there. It's because you're not waterproofing, because you don't waterproof between the glass and the wood. We've had people say, oh, we spoke to other pond builders and they told us that they only do blobs, so it's going to leak through the holes. But yeah, obviously I've got no idea how we do it. They're obviously not bothered watching the videos to understand it, because we've never had a leak this way. So yeah, all this is doing is holding the glass in place. If you sandwich the liner in the middle, there's nothing holding your glass to the pond. So this is much stronger structurally, and because we're gluing the liner to the back here, there's no creases. You get creases in the corner. So that's why we do it this way. If you don't want us to do it this way, then you can do it how you like, but we don't do it the other way anymore. So yeah, that's why we do it that way. Before you get the clamps on Ash, we need to do what? Do we know it's level?
Yes.
Do we?
Not without a spirit level.
There you go. I think it's still in the truck. Whee! Nearly went on his head then. Right, so yeah, before we clamp it in, we just get the spirit level on. After about 30 seconds, this has got a good grab. Look, there's no clamps on it, and I can give that a tug. It did jump off a bit then, but I put my whole weight on it. It's only been bonded for not even a minute. So yeah, but yeah, it's happily sat there, not falling out, with no one pushing on it. Yeah, So yeah, we'll get spirit level on it, then we'll make sure it's level before we actually go and clamp it in, just to make sure. Yeah, she just needs to remember this is concrete up there, so yeah, let's get it put down. Yeah, we've got another block. Yeah, pieces of wood down there. Keep them there. Get all the stickers off it. Oh yeah, on the back of the side there's it, isn't it?
You'll be alright.
I'll have to be careful. If I get to a point where I'm not alright, I'll just stop gently. Once you come round, even a gentleman can see bad things. So we'll keep that wheel on. I'll just lift this off the wheel and put it on there.
Okay. So, I'll you do that.
Okay. Are you sure you're alright with that?
I am fine,
So
mate.
move the wheels closer. Just cut down the chance of anything bad happening. If you lift it, I'll move the wheels out and then you can pop it on there. Be careful of that metal. That's it. Right, so I'm just going to slide it forward. But I need to, well, I'll lift it actually. And we'll slide forward. So just lift it. There we go.
Yeah.
And then plop it on that block. Is that right on there, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll stick another block in front of it. So you can go onto that one next and I'll go into this one.
Block
Ready?
side.
You ready? 3, 2, 1. Good counting skills.
So now I need to come this side because there's suckers.
Yeah, so you go onto that there, that block.
Yeah.
And then I'll just keep this side from touching the floor.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Have you got the glass?
Yes.
Stick that there. I'll put that there just as a little safety net. That's this bloody. Just bleeding through there. One sec, let me just. Don't want the viewers missing all the action, do we? Right, so I'm going to lift it onto that one, and then I'm going to lift it onto that one. And then again, 3, 2, 1. I might even kneel down to lift this one, you know.
I am.
Yeah. So with that tarp there, it's a bit of a pain. There's a intimately close view. Can't really put it. Actually, we'll stick it behind that window. Yeah. Too steamy.
My corner here.
Stick it in the middle there. I reckon you can see it off. There. Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
I'm in my corner.
I'm in mine.
Just push it forward.
Done.
What do we do next?
Get spirit level and check it.
Right. So, spirit level's over here. You just need to lift it on the left a little bit.
Yep.
So I'll get some of them little packers. Where's that? It's in my pocket. So, he's lifting on the left. I'm going to try it with 2 first. 2. Okay. Bang on.
Happy days.
Happy days.
I want to grab some pumps.
Give it a little push. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Wax on the fucking way. Okay, so you can see we've got the holes drilled here. What I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same screws, similar to the ones that are in there. I'm going to use a back plate with a washer, 150mm screw, and then we're going to go in. So it's going to be like this. So there's a stainless steel. Yeah, 1 sec, that's the other way around it's going to be. So it's going to be like that. Bolted in there, rubber washer on it, and then that's going to enable me to use the impact driver. Obviously not going to go mental with it, so don't worry about that, but that's going to hold it in place, and that's just going to add more support to that corner, and then you definitely know the glass is absolutely going nowhere. So yeah, I'm going to go get the impact driver and get that done now. Okay, so first time doing this, thought I'd video it just in case it all goes to pot. I just realised I've got the wrong bit, so I can't screw it in with this because it's a Torx bit. So let's start the video again. Take 2. Right, so first time using these little bolts and an impact driver and 150mm timber screw on a piece of glass. It is something new, so I don't know if it's just going to shatter it or what, but I've got my impact driver set on 2, not on 3, because I don't want to just go straight through and destroy it. But yeah, we've just checked that it's level. This is the side that's been lifted, so I'm just going to go for this to see how it goes. Bit scared of it. Right, so just stop it. Right, you can feel it's stopped completely. But yeah, I'm going to stick a blob of sealant on the end of that screw. It's weatherproof and that, but it's got a few sharp bits, so I'll just stop the fisher themselves. But a blob of sealant, smooth it over. But it's worked out alright, that. And for customers that are scared about fitting glass because they think it's going to fall in, or they've got kids or whatever, waiting 3 days for it to go off if it's cold, this could be a little answer for it. Well, look at that sealant, you can see that's proper. That blob of sealant there used to be the same size as that one there. So you can just see how tight I've managed to get the glass in with them glass adapters. Pretty confident that's going nowhere now. Get these other 2 in. One more. Watch your head, Ashley. Don't get on that side, otherwise just going to see the back of my head. You're not listening, right? You're just laughing. Right, last one. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we know for definite that glass is going absolutely nowhere now. Hello, me again. So we just fitted that big window over there using the new clamps. That's bleeding out. I'm going to face the heater away from me. So we use this stuff. Just going to tear a piece off. We use this stuff to key these flanges. Get them nice roughed up like Scotch-Brite stuff. And when you can see it's all rough, then you know the sealant's going to key a bit better. It does it quite well when it's soft, to be fair, but we like doing it like this just because we know it's going to, all it's going to do is help it glue. We don't actually bother using these faceplates anymore, so we don't actually bother using these because you don't need them. Now, if we're gluing 3 massive windows into a pond without using anything like a flange, you know, to keep, I can't think of the word. Well, we're not using anything to like push on the outside of the liner, so we don't need anything to push on the outside of the liner here either. So we just whack a load of sealant on here, push the liner on, and then cut this hole out. And then instead of seeing a big grey thing in your pond that sticks out with 4 screws that are all got sharp edges on them, what you have is just have a little hole inside your pond that you can't really tell is there unless you got it pointed out. So I'm going to key both these up. I'm going to key this up as well. We don't bother using the we don't bother using it on these either. No point. So we use a sealant. If you get a bead of sealant and squash it down, it's like 1 inch thick all the way around. No point in having a big thing that costs you like £12 plus VAT or whatever it costs. So it's just a waste of plastic. And when you screw it in, you know, your screws all twist the liner, and yeah, it just makes things more awkward than they need to be. So get all this scratched up all around the edges. And then same on this one. Now I pretty much know that it'll work on the bottom drain, that as well. Already comes keyed when it comes to the manufacture, that bit, and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't need the screw plate, you know, the circular like halo disc thing that goes on there. Pretty sure you don't need that, but I'm not brave enough to just go and do that. For some reason there's something in my head telling me not to, so I'm going to do it on one of my own ponds rather than a customer's pond, because I don't want the customer filling up then emptying the whole pond. Just purely the fact that it's, you know, it's gambling with someone else's pond, not my own. I've done this plenty of times. I've done the skim plenty of times, the windows plenty of times, but I've not done the bottom drain with no screw plate. So yeah, I'll do that next year at some point. I'm going to be building a couple of ponds at mine, a little one in the garage, and redoing the one that's outside. So when I do it on that, I'll do it on that, take the risk myself. 99% sure it'll all be fine, like, but you never know till you do it, do you? But yeah, I'm gonna get this last window in, and then we're gonna see how warm, if we can get it warm enough, we'll get the liner in and get the windows cut out. If we can't get it warm enough, I'm gonna have to come back another day when it's a bit warmer. It was snowing and raining before, and if it does that again, it's just gonna cause issues. I don't want to do a job that I don't think's 100% going to work. So yeah, I'll come back. Hopefully I'll do a video of this window going in as well. Actually, might as well, since I've done them too. So I'll pop you over there, and you can watch us bring the glass in and get it fitted. Right, so I'll use this, just lift the wheels out while I lift it up, yeah?
More bothered about the fan.
That's fine now.
1, 2, 3.
2.
Do you want to step in, mate?
What?
Oh, we're doing it off the outside, aren't we?
Yeah, from the outside. So what I'll do is I'll dangle it in.
Yep.
And then you just need to lift yours and tell me when you can push it in, and I'll push mine in.
Right, okay.
Okay. Right, so you happy with how your suction handling? Nice and solid, yeah? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go, it's over to you.
Yep, I'm in.
Got it in, yeah?
Yep.
I'm in too.
How much recess before we pull back? How much recess have
Just
you
pull it
got?
back.
Yep. Alright, that's it,
Doesn't
she's
matter.
back.
And someone needs to jump in and get the spirit level now.
Do you want to hold this? That's the booby. Perfect, mate.
Oh, clampy clamps on.
That's a booby.
Bloody numpty. Right, good stuff. Hello, it's me again. Unfortunately, I can't get it warm enough to fit these. Well, I can get it warm enough to fit the windows like that, but I can't get it warm enough to fit the liners to the back, so I don't trust it. I don't want to leave it and then risk it all going to pot. So we're going to pack up, we're going to leave it. Hopefully before Christmas it's warm enough for us to do it. If it just keeps getting colder and colder and colder, we might have to get something like a bit more of a substantial gazebo or something outside, something with a bit thicker walls, get an LPG powered space heater in there, because the customer really wants it doing. Obviously they've got fish in the sun's pond, it's a bit too cold to be moving them anyway, but you can tell the customer's keen to get it done now. So yeah, we want to get it done, but I'm not willing to risk doing it if it's going to fail. There's just no point, especially if they end up putting fish in here and then the windows start leaking and we have to come back, and yeah, we don't want to be putting them through that. So we'll come back when it's a bit warmer. If not, we'll reevaluate, sort something else out, and then we'll get it in and sorted, get it done properly. And yeah, but there's no point in putting the liner in now. It's like I think -2 or something outside. There's still frost on the edges over there. There's still ice on the side of the pond. So yeah, we'll come back another day, get the liner done. But at least the heavy bit, the windows being the heavy bit that I couldn't do on my own, they're the only things that were stopping me completing it 2 weeks ago, but the glass wasn't ready. So now we've got the other thing of I've got the time, I've got the glass, I've got everything. It's just the weather. So yeah, hopefully we'll be back in a few days, get it done next week, and then yeah, the customer can fill it up, do his leak test, and then get his fishing when the weather gets a bit warmer.